Welcome to the next installment of Bracketology. I know you guys are excited. I know y'all have been waiting, and here we go. It is time to talk about the NCAA tournament. Before we get to all the updates and stuff, I think we should talk about the bubble. Oh, God damn it! Let's start with Indiana, because they're letting Maryland hang around in this game. 28-27, IU up by 1. 7 seconds left in the half. Maryland is on a 9-0 scoring run. Right before the half, 9-0 scoring run. If IU loses this game, I'm going to lose my mind. They already choked the game against Ohio State, and I'm sick of it as an IU fan. I'm going to be enrolled at IU in this upcoming fall. And they're just making me go insane. I took them out of the bracket, and I was like, who am I going to put in? I was like, okay, because Rutgers also lost. Rutgers lost in pretty embarrassing fashion to Michigan. There you go. Miller Kopp just made a basket. It's going to be 30 to 27 at half. Anyway, but Rutgers played Michigan, and that's a big game. Rutgers was in my last 4 in. They lost to Michigan, who was just overcoming the Juwan Howard suspension. What a fiasco that was. I made a video about that. Not about the suspension, about the situation. I said he'd get suspended 2 games. 5 games he got suspended. All right. But Michigan came out prepared and full of energy and took a big win over Rutgers. That bumped Rutgers out of the last 4 in. So I was debating who to put in there, and basically no other team I thought was worthy. The lucky benefactor, VCU, sitting at, what's their record? I just looked at it. I can't remember. VCU, 19-7. Welcome to the tournament, VCU. Good job. And North Carolina. North Carolina gets put in over IU. VCU and North Carolina replace IU and Rutgers. I have the 3 meandering Big 10 teams here, and those 3, Rutgers, Michigan, and IU, are all going to have to win some games, especially IU right now. IU has a game against Rutgers, and obviously Michigan's going to need to keep winning. Michigan has Illinois next. That will not be an easy game for them. Florida, they lost against Arkansas 17-11. I don't know if they're there. BYU, they're on the outside looking in. And 2 A-10 teams who are creeping up on you. St. Bonaventure, they were in here last time and new to the party. Please welcome the Dayton Flyers, creeping up on everyone. They've won 5 in a row. And they're 20-8. They are looking to make an assault on the play-in games. And, of course, the play-in games, they're in Dayton. So watch out for the Flyers. They're making a push right now. At the right time, they're making a push. Let's see what the fans have done this past week. Let's see how you guys did with your bracket. Fan bracketology will be in the description of this video. Y'all like Arizona. Okay. Arizona, Gonzaga, Kentucky, and UCLA. Ooh, big St. Mary's fans here. Chattanooga over Providence. Interesting. You guys also VCU. I don't know why Temple's in here. Who else we got? Big Vermont fans. Vermont and Toledo. Interesting. Yeah, so y'all like Arizona. Now I'm going into my bracket. Oh, I never replaced it. Hold on. Let me get you guys a fresh bracket to play with and just have loads of fun editing. You want to have fun with the new bracket? Check the link in the description. I forgot to put it in there last time. Hopefully I didn't forget this time. But anyway, let's get her going with the picks. And by the way, the small conference, I did not update the small conferences. I will update the small conferences next week. Small conferences, those are all your 1-bid leagues. Those are all your leagues where it's like you're getting one team in, like it or not. Take Gonzaga. I'll take Notre Dame. TCU's been slipping a little bit. They've been losing some games. I'll take the Irish. Oh, I meant to move Wisconsin to a 4, but I never did. Hold on. I meant to move Wisconsin up to a 4. I had him at a 3. I moved him to a 5, and I wanted to get him up to a 4. I'll switch them in Texas. I will. I'll give Texas the 5 and Wisconsin the 4. Sorry, Texas fans, and I actually even more sorry, Texas fans. I'm taking Chattanooga. Chattanooga is hot right now. Very, very hot right now. What is their record? I know it's really good. 23 and 7. Actually, it was better, but I'm still taking Chattanooga. I'm still taking Chattanooga. Texas, I don't know how they're going to do in the tournament with first-year coach Chris Beard. Not first-year coach at all. But I don't know. They were not first-year. They choked the tournament last year. They choked against Abilene Christian. I don't know if they're that good of a team, to be completely honest with you. I'm taking UConn. They are hot right now. Just came off a big win against Villanova. I mean, it was the first time they had beaten Villanova since like 2013 when they won the national title game. Big win for UConn, and they're rolling right now. The Huskies are hot right now. Give me UConn. I will take Murray State over the plan. I wanted to move Murray State up to a 5, but I didn't see any teams I thought that they were better than. Speaking of UConn, the Paige Bukers or whatever, they said she's cleared to return. She's really good. Their women's team should be happy about that. I will take Illinois over Oakland. Colorado State got a big win against Wyoming. That's a rivalry. I did not really realize how big of a rivalry that was. That's a huge rivalry. If you saw how the fans were acting in those games. They played at Wyoming. Wyoming beat them in overtime. They played at Colorado State. And Colorado State was able to squeak out a close defensive win at home. Both those teams are really good. I have Wyoming in here too. But I think if the standings go, I think it's Boise State at the top, which they're quietly just building a stellar resume, Boise State. And then Colorado State's up there, then Wyoming and San Diego State. 4 bids possibly from the Mountain West. I'm easily taking them over Creighton. And I will take Kansas over NC Wilmington. New 1 seed Kentucky will be taking the win over FAMU. Oh, man, I don't really think either of these teams are that great. I'll take Iowa State. Both those teams aren't very good in my opinion. Oh, boy. Now, all right, here's my thing about Providence. Providence is really good when they want to be. But when they're not playing their best, they are a sloppy team. They're 23-3, but they've had a lot of close games, like really close games, and some losses too. I mean, here's what I'll say about Providence though. They turn it up when they need to. When they need to turn it up, they have won a lot of close games. And I think that should be part of, they know when to play hard when they need to. They have been able to win some close games. Oh, but I love the Mean Green, man. I love North Texas. They're a great, scrappy team. They won last year against Purdue, and they returned a lot of players from that team. Oh, man. Man, this is tough. I'm taking North Texas. In overtime, North Texas. That's a tough game right there. And we're taking South Dakota State. I know I mentioned last video how I love South Dakota State, how they rank, they're like in the top 20 in offensive efficiency, and they are the leading 3-point shooting team in the country. They catch fire from 3. Watch out. The Jackrabbits are legit. Okay, I promise I'm done. Actually, no. I'm taking Iowa. Iowa, they massacred Michigan State. That game wasn't even close. That was a murder against Michigan State, who, by the way, has been falling fast. I'll take Iowa. They looked great. And UCLA is starting to find their stride now. They've been looking a lot better in their last couple of games. They've gotten some pretty big wins. They're 20-5. They have really... They're on a roll right now. I would not want to play UCLA right now. How many games have they won in a row? It's quite a few. I know that. let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or no, since they lost to USC, they've won 3 in a row. Yeah. I do like UCLA better than USC, despite USC beating them. All right, Memphis is playing Temple. Oh, that's why y'all had Temple. Temple has the same record as Memphis. And they're hanging with Memphis, too. Jeez, okay. I did not realize Temple was 15-9. Memphis also 15-9. Look at Temple! They're up 1 in the first half. All right, I will take Michigan State, despite them playing like absolute dog water against Iowa. God, they've looked bad. They have not looked good. I'll still take them over Miami though. And Texas Tech, love me some Texas Tech. They're great. Love Texas Tech. I think they get that win. All right, Arizona. Listen, I've been skeptical about Arizona, but you can't argue with results. You can't. 24-2. 5-2 against Quad 1, undefeated against Quad 2, 3, and 4. I mean, hell yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue with those results. They did kind of have a struggle win against what's their names? Against Oregon. All right, San Francisco. All right, Xavier just lost in triple overtime to Providence. Great game, by the way. Oh, if any of y'all watched that game, wow, that was a treat. Listen, I think today is Judgment Day for San Francisco. They play Gonzaga at home in an hour. It's 7 Central Time. They play at 8 Central Time. I am excited to watch that game. I want to see. I don't think they'll beat Gonzaga. They might. They might beat Gonzaga. But Gonzaga has just run that conference. They have just ran through that conference. Even this year, when San Francisco is projected to be a tournament team, Gonzaga, obviously, St. Mary's is projected to be a tournament team. Even then, Gonzaga is still rolling and just mud racing teams. But San Francisco, I don't think they have to win tonight. If they can hang around and make the game interesting, I think they could get some national respect. They're only 10.5-point underdogs. That's not that many points. And FPI even gives them a 20% chance to win, which against Gonzaga, I mean, you'll take that. And Gonzaga, next Saturday, they're at St. Mary's. So 2 road games for Gonzaga that are not going to be easy. We'll see if they can come away with wins of both of them. What does the FPI give them against St. Mary's? Okay, about similar for St. Mary's. St. Mary's and San Francisco are in probably the same bucket. I'm really excited to see San Francisco play tonight. See how they do. What other games? Let's take a minute now to see who plays later tonight. Oh boy, do we have a slate tonight. All of the good games start at 8 Central Time. Gonzaga, San Francisco at 8. Ohio State, Illinois at 8. Belmont, Murray State. Belmont, 24-5. I mean, if Belmont wins, I might give them a play-in. I'm not going to lie, Belmont's looking good. Oregon, UCLA at Oregon, and Oregon desperately needs a win. St. Mary's, San Diego, Arizona, and Utah, and USC and Oregon State. Great games tonight in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll see how everyone fares. I'll do some streams if some games are close, I promise you. We will be taking Arkansas in this game, and we will also be taking the Badgers over the Wagner Seahawks. I'll take Bama. Someone had Bama at a 4 seed, and they're 18-10, but they have a lot of great wins. I think Bama, even with their bad record, should be in the tournament. Just not a 4 seed. Give me Baylor over Vermont. Rematch of when these two teams played. Alabama won. I'll be taking St. Mary's over LSU. Not a big LSU fan. And I'll take Purdue over Florida Gulf Coast. Auburn will beat Yale. Easily they'll beat Yale. I'm taking Wyoming. I really like Wyoming. I'm on the Wyoming train. Marquette's good, but I think Wyoming's better. Wyoming's good. Wow, they're a good team. I'm going to take USC. I like Toledo. I think they're great, but I mean, I feel like I've been giving USC some disrespect. They're a good team. Tennessee will win over Montana State. I'm taking the play-in. I'm telling you, look at the tournament history. There's always a play-in team that wins. These two teams are pretty solid and underrated, in my opinion. Ohio State, they did not look good against Indiana. I know they won, but they should not have won that game. IU should have won that game. They blew it in the last second, but Ohio State did not look very good. I was very unimpressed with Ohio State. And their record isn't all that great. We'll see how they do against Illinois tonight. I will take Boise State. They're hot right now. I would not want to mess with the Broncos. And so is Duke. Duke has been rolling as well. All right, that's round 1. This video's long, isn't it? How long is this video so far? 15 minutes. We're only halfway done. All right, I'll try to speed this up a little bit. But before I do that, every single year in the tournament, every year, almost every year, but more years this happens than it doesn't happen. There's always an 8 or 9 seed that takes down a 1. Last year, Loyola did it. Wisconsin did it that one year against Villanova. Every single year, I feel like there's an 8 or 9 seed that beats a 1. It always happens. Look it up. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pick one. What matchup do you think would give us the most potential? I don't think Iowa State would beat Kentucky. I don't think San Francisco would beat Arizona. I don't think Notre Dame. Actually, maybe. Maybe. I'm not even going to lie. Notre Dame might. Maybe. Maybe. I think Gonzaga will be in better shape for the tournament this year just because their conference is better. They've been playing better teams. Because in past years, their conference has been atrocious. The West Coast Conference is actually pretty good this year. Wyoming, I don't know. Fine. You know what? We'll take all the 1 seeds. But I feel like if I had to pick one, I'd pick Notre Dame. You guys want me to not pick any upsets? Fine. You chalk pickers. Yeah. Okay. Alright, what we got next? UConn is beating UT Chat. UT Chat, good team. Not good enough for UConn. I'll take Illinois. Would be a good game. I'm not fully on the Murray State wagon. If they beat Belmont, if they look good against Belmont, okay, maybe. Ooh. I don't know about this one. This is an interesting one. I don't know who I'd take here. Kansas will be at Baylor this Saturday. I don't know. Kansas has been looking better recently. Since they lost to Texas, they've won 4 in a row. Colorado State, great team. Not good enough. I'm taking North Texas. Their defense, I feel like, would outplay South Dakota State's offense. North Dakota State, they are a good defensive team. They're scrappy. I'll take UCLA and Texas Tech. Ooh, I love both these teams. I hate I have to pick against one of them here. Man, I love both those teams, Texas Tech and UCLA. I'll take Wisconsin because Arkansas didn't look all that great against Florida. Baylor in a revenge game will win. And St. Mary's will beat Purdue. St. Mary's will beat Purdue. Purdue has no defense. No defense. Their defense sucks. They have to outscore teams 80-75 every game. Every game they play is a shootout. Against St. Mary's, who's a fundamental, tough little team, I smell upset. They're hot right now, too. They're ranked. They're ranked. I haven't met a 7 seed. I smell upset. St. Mary's. I'm going to take Tennessee. Actually, same conference matchups. You know what? We're going to take USC. Just so it's not a same conference matchup. Take USC. And then Villanova would beat the play-in. And, do I take Boise? Nah. I love Boise. I like Boise. They're not going to beat Duke. They're just not going to. All right. Time to find out who's elite. Elite 8-10. And you heard me. I've trashed UConn this year. I mean, I'm like, oh, they're not good at all. Man, UConn, no. I've just been all over UConn this year. And they've proven me wrong. I mean, how many have they won in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in a row. Haven't lost since February 5th. And Gonzaga, I am not picking Gonzaga to win a national title until they do it. I will not do it. I will not pick Gonzaga to win a national title. Sorry, I'm not doing it. Their recipe doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'll take Kansas over Illinois. All right, Zona. Give me Arizona. And ooh. I'll take Baylor. Would be a good game, but give me Baylor. And the second half has started, and Maryland is down 2. Oh, he got an offensive foul. All right, so they're still down 2. Auburn, USC. I'm still gonna take Auburn. People have been hating on Auburn. I was like, oh, Auburn's so overrated. I'm not buying the Auburn hate. I still think they're a good team. And Villanova would beat Duke. In my humble opinion, I think Duke's a little overrated. I was debating who to put in a 2 or 3 seed. I thought Duke was more deserving of a higher ranking, but I think Villanova was all in all the better team. Sorry, North Texas. I mean, I think you're a great team, but Kentucky. And, oh, man, I love both these teams. I shouldn't have put them next to each other, but I did. Oh, man, do I love these teams. Man, do I love these teams. These teams are great. I took Texas Tech last time. I'll take UCLA now. I like what I see out of UCLA. All right, to go to the Final Four, we're doing it. We're riding the UConn train. They always turn up to come tournament time. Give me UConn. Why not? Why not UConn? And Arizona, I think, is all in all better than Baylor. I think this might be the first time I've had Arizona in the final. Both these teams, UConn and Arizona, right? Both these teams. I've just bashed the whole year. They're overrated. They're not any good. Look at them. They're going to get upset. And I've switched up on these teams. Both these teams, I think they're legit. I'm still going with Auburn. Actually, I'm still going with Auburn. I know people don't want me to take Auburn. I'm still going with Auburn. And we're going to take UCLA because of the tournament experience. They made it here last year. They know what they got to do this year. All right. Who are our Final Four teams? Oh, I never switched the regions around. Hold on. So Gonzaga would be in the West. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Let me switch these two. So Gonzaga would be in the West. Arizona would be in the South. Kentucky would be in the Midwest, and Auburn would be in the East. But coming out of the West, UConn. Yeah. Basically, if you're wondering, everyone's like, "Oh, how could UCLA be in the East?" It's like it's the only thing that matters is the number 1 seed. That's all that matters. So like Gonzaga, they would put Gonzaga in the West because they're on the West Coast. They'd put Arizona in the South because they're in the South, and then they'd give Kentucky the Midwest since Kentucky, I guess Kentucky's considered the Midwest, kind of. They're like right between the Midwest and the South. And then they give Auburn the East because it's pretty far east. So, like, does that make sense? They do it based on that. All right, so we've got UConn, we've got UCLA, we have Auburn, and we have Arizona. And of course, because you wouldn't want it any other way. Of course, the 1 seeds have to play each other, and the 3 and 4 get to battle out to see who gets the right to play whoever's number 1. That's interesting. Oh man, I don't know who I'm gonna pick for either of these games. These are both good games. All right, let's start with UConn, UCLA. The thing I like about both these teams UConn and UCLA, is they're both deep. They both don't rely on like the same one or two players to get them buckets. They have legit guys all throughout the lineup. I mean, they just do. I'm definitely leaning one way here. And I'm leaning to UCLA. Because they were here last year. And last year, everyone was like, okay, UCLA, nice run, but Gonzaga's about to throttle you. And they hung around and maybe could have won. They probably should have won that game. They were close to the end of that. I'm taking UCLA revenge game, man. They're coming back. They're back with a vengeance. And then, oh boy. See, I was just about to say I don't trust the Pac-12, but I just put a Pac-12 team in the national title. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know which one of these teams is better, man. I mean, I would have said Auburn like every other day, but man, is Arizona hot right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, and I think they've won like 10 of their last 11 or something like that. I mean, they're ridiculously hot right now. And Auburn, see, here's the thing. Auburn has gotten kind of upset recently. They lost to Florida. They've had some close games. But against the top competition, they've been getting it done. I mean, they beat Kentucky. They beat Alabama. they've been beating good teams. I'm going to take Arizona. They look better right now. They look better. They look like a better team. Oh, man. Pac-12 championship. Somebody, man, did not think we'd have this. All right. Pac-12 national title. Arizona, UCLA. These teams have played twice. UCLA won big at home, and Arizona won big at home. So it's hard to really tell which one of these teams is really better than one another, because when they've played each other really well. I mean, UCLA won by 16 in Los Angeles. And Arizona won by 10 in Tucson. So, it's hard to tell who's better. Man. I'm going to take Arizona. And the reason why is because they had a 26-point swing in their favor the second time they played, which means they've gotten better since the first time they played UCLA. Meaning, I'm going to take them to win it all. So that's the bracket. I think it was really good. I like this bracket. I think it's great. Do you think it's great? Maybe you don't. Maybe you think it sucks. We are going to do a slow scroll down so you can see it in all its glory. I really like this one. I like the Final Four. I think I did a good job picking my Final Four. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed. And Bracketology will be next up. I think in the month of March, might have to start doing bi-weekly bracketology. You might get a bracketology twice a week in March. If you're new to the channel, like if this is your first year watching the channel, something special comes around each March. Very special. And you will get to, I use up by 10 now. That's nice. But you're in for a treat come March if you are new on the channel. If you guys know what happens in March, don't tell the new people in the comments. Do not tell them. But if you made it half an hour into this video, thank you, man. Thank you if you made it this far. You're a trooper, man. I love you if you made it this far. But might have to put maybe we could do bracketology Monday and Friday. No, Monday, Thursday, because that would put 3 days in between Friday and that put 3 days in between Thursday and Monday. And 2 days, yeah, that might be what we'll do. You might see bi-weekly bracketology in March.
But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time.